You ever been involved in that argument that it doesn't matter how many facts you lay down, it doesn't matter how provable the facts that you're utilizing are, it doesn't even matter how much the facts serve the person that you're arguing with. They're disingenuous about the argument because they're so emotionally wrapped up in it that they've completely forgotten whose side they're on. They just have to win. You ever been there? I'm sure you have. The question is, were you able to identify it?
Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast. 5-minute videos, 5 days a week.
I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. You know, Maya Angelou said it really well when she said, people will forget what you said. They'll even forget what you did. But they'll never forget how you made them feel. And the reason that that's true is because people get so deeply committed to their feelings, to their emotions, that if they feel like you're disrespecting them, if they feel like you're disagreeing with them, if they feel like you don't honor them or value them or highly appreciate them and their opinions, even if they're totally wrong, it's the way they feel about you that means everything. In the most recent election, a lot of people would say the reason millions of people didn't vote for the incumbent was because of the way he made them feel, because of the word choices, the things he said on Twitter, etc. Very few people who refused to vote for him because of the policies or the effectiveness of what he did. His ideologies and what he believes weren't the argument. They hated him because of the way he made them feel. What I'm saying is that it's the most important argument may not be about the facts. And the hardest argument to win is the one that's disingenuous, meaning you're not really arguing about the red herring, the paper tiger, the paper straw dog that seems to be the heart of the argument. That's not really what you're arguing about. You're arguing about how someone feels about you, or how someone feels about the issue, or how someone feels about the results that they hoped to get, but they're not. Those are very frustrating and impossible to win arguments. As a leader, you've got to realize the sooner the better. As soon as possible, you've got to realize this is not an argument about the facts. We are not conversing or discussing the facts in this issue. When you come to that conclusion, understand that sometimes it's more important to lose the battle in order to win the war. And this may be an argument that you've got to concede because emotionally the relationship has longer value than the winning of this argument. And I can tell you, there are many people whose relationships have been severed, which means influence is gone, which means leadership is diminished, if not erased, because of the argument that is a disingenuous argument. Two people arguing about anything where one side is solely based on facts and doesn't care how you feel about it, and the other side is solely based on feelings, and the facts may be ambiguous or changing or ever changing or plucked out of thin air. But in that situation, the feelings will always rule. Why? Because people forget what you said. They'll even forget what you did. They'll never forget how you made them feel as a leader. You will never win the argument that is disingenuous to the facts and solely made on feelings. It's time to back out. Let them have their feelings. Let them feel how they feel. You can't control that anyway. And move along to something else where you can actually invest in them, endear them to you so that the next time the topic comes up, it's not an argument. It's a conversation of trust. It's a conversation that you've invested in emotionally. You cannot win a disingenuous argument. You follow me? You cannot win. It's the hardest one to fight, and you cannot win a disingenuous argument. If you're not arguing about facts, no amount of facts will matter. And if you're arguing about feelings, you don't get to decide how they feel. Only they can do that. Let me also make that true on your side. And if you're the leader and you're arguing based on your own feelings, that's your fault. And it's your problem. And you will never win or lose an argument when you're arguing on feelings because you haven't thought it through. You're just feeling it. There's no win there either. Take the time to dig into the argument enough to ask yourself, is this a disingenuous argument? Are we arguing about feelings rather than facts? And if we are, and I'm on the side of facts and they're on the side of feelings, walk away. Find another reason to have a conversation with this person that has nothing to do with that topic. You can't win it anyway. But don't lose the relationship over an argument that can't be won. Invest in the friend. Invest in the person. Invest in their feelings. Invest in having a relationship with them. The facts will meet themselves out eventually anyway. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.
Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.